I want to give you this in the context from equity to exit framework. If you go to episode 16 of Tech Careers and Money Talk, I go through the 4 major building blocks of from equity to exit. And it starts with expertise. Expertise is where you start building skills, generating and able to deliver some value for companies that you can trade for equity. Equity is the second, understanding what are the types of equity, what is the taxonomy, and what is the taxation around it, what is the timing of how you get the different pieces of equity. Your technology equity that you get as part of the compensation package is critical. The third pillar is the evergreen portfolio. This is your personal portfolio that is a combination of stocks, private equity, real estate, and other things that you turn into a business that you run and then you can retire into, or you can leverage some of that cash flow to start creating other businesses that you want to be in that you can have impact in, like what I'm doing here with Tech Careers and Money Talk. The fourth one is the exit plan, 5 or 10-year plan that is taking you from where you are today to where you want to be. It can also be a 3-year plan, but essentially it is a strategic plan that says, how do I move from one level to the next level? How do I exit where I am today and get to the next level? So those are the 4 pillars: expertise, equity, evergreen portfolio, and then your exit plan. Expertise is the cornerstone of the entire plan. It is truly the destination. What you have is skill. It is your education, so you get trained to have a skill. I was trained in computer engineering. I think of this as a triangle. Education's at the top. You go down, and on the right-hand side, you have experience. When you have experience in the workforce and there's real money on the line, meaning your salary or a budget or other things, that is real high-stakes experience that you can speak to that also then deliver on the other corner its results. How did I affect the customer? Meaning that you are known for what you are able to deliver. And that's really the results. As you get into the middle of your career, you may be going into management and you may be developing skills, career capital around a broader set of skills, because it's not just hard skill that you do, a discipline of whether that's engineering, sales, marketing, human resources, but you're also leadership. It's also management. It's also your relationships and relational capital that you build as well. Then you get to the end of your career, that's when you should have something that you're known for. You may be asking, how did you learn this? I'll tell you the story. I remember it very vividly. I'd spent the first 8 years of my career at Accenture, and I was one of a handful of people. In 2004, we started the Salesforce.com practice. And so we got some early skills in helping taking Salesforce.com from an SMB, a small to medium business product, into the enterprise. I had a good run there, but I was getting exhausted. 2009, I was really burnt out. I was working and living in Asia, in Tokyo, away from family, and I just needed a change. So I made the decision to go to work for a startup company. A year later, I'm nursing an ulcer. The pressure of the recession that had gone through 2008 and 2009 was weighing down on this company. It changed the culture. It started becoming toxic, and it was apparent that we weren't going to deliver on the minimum viable product. Customers, investors were losing faith. I had this expertise with Salesforce.com. I traded it for this company that was going nowhere. My belief at the time was that I was stained, that I'd left something that was very good. I went somewhere outside of my network. This was located in San Diego. It wasn't in the Bay Area. It wasn't around a lot of people that I knew. There weren't a lot of people that I can talk to. So I was in my head, and I thought that I had lost all of the value of the expertise that I built. It may sound silly right now, but that was my reality. And day and night, I was feeling the weight and the pressure of what am I going to do next? It was, early 2010, the job market still wasn't phenomenal. It was coming out weird around the Great Recession. I was looking on LinkedIn and I saw a mentor online, and I pinged him back and forth, let him know, I needed to talk, was just feeling weird. So we jumped on the phone, and I immediately shared with him how I was feeling stuck, didn't know what I should do next, felt like I had this stain. And what he said next, stuck with me forever and really shaped a lot of my direction, which was, Christopher, what you have done previously has a lot of value. Your expertise has tremendous value. You just need to go out there and look and understand that. And that moment was pivotal for me, because I realized that This particular year did not have any impact into the relevancy of what I had built in the previous 5 or 6 years. It had nothing to do with that at all. I had still built this expertise that was really on the rise, that there weren't at that point a lot of Salesforce.com technical architects, which is where I had built my skill set. Within 2 weeks of that conversation, I was relocating and had a brand new position. Now my mindset realized here's the value of what I had. It made me see the opportunity. There are a lot of startup companies that are getting ready to go public. Enterprise software, Salesforce.com, Workday, NetSuite. They need to know how this all works together. In 2011, there weren't a lot of experts that could come in. And I also had an experience with Sarbanes-Oxley, which is Sarbanes-Oxley requirements are important when you take a company public. I started seeing the value of my experience, and I started realizing I have leverage. I have a way that I can describe that's of incredible value that I can go trade for equity in great companies. That was the start of my journey from equity to exit. And I share this with you so that you can understand that you have some value too.